A few of them. I mean, I've seen a few of them.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Owen County Soil and Water Conservation District's monthly board meeting. We're still waiting for some of the supervisors, so if you will just bear with us, but we'll be live until we get done. Hopefully it won't take too long, maybe an hour, 30 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you for the kickoff.
Well, because you say your house started at 4:30, and the public is, well, I'm Rogers insists. Plus, something that I have here is weirdly, whenever I talk to you, weirdly, just like, there you go, that's supposed to run over it, and see.
Oh, wow. So that's a documentary.
We just documented. It's a really good one, and normally during the fundraisers, this is one of the ones that we'll play because it never gets boring.
Cool.
I've seen it a few times, it's great.
Really?
Yeah. And there's actually a second one too, that he's, and I have the book. And he was, he's deceased now, because this was back in, 65?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is very old, but this, the homestead that he built, it's still there in the park, and it's considered land,
What is this, like Yosemite, or where is he?
It's in Alaska.
Alaska?
Yeah, I'll go get my DVD.
Have you ever watched The Last Alaskans?
No.
Okay.
I have relatives who live in Alaska, but I've never been.
Well, there's a refuge in the northeast corner of Alaska, and if you watch the series, there are 7 cabin permits still viable.
Wow. And his is one of them?
No, but he lives like those people do.
Okay.
So it reminds you of his
Yeah.
story.
Although he's not as manic as they are, not as chaos. No, it's very, and this did not say, I have the information elsewhere I could get.
No.
Mhm. But no, he lived there 30 years.
Wow. I don't know that.
Um,
I don't know people.
And he has a wonderful photography book that's great, so. That's the reason why I started donating PDS, was because I wanted
Because of
to keep the
Yeah,
videos set, and I
I think one of his big struggles was getting water to the cabin in the winter.
yes, exactly. And he did rely on the airplane that would come in and walk monthly, I believe, for supplies and all. So, very interesting. Thing is, I don't know if I can or not, I mean, so reliant on media anymore. I mean, I love reading, I love writing, and I even have the typewriter.
Hey.
Hello, Tim.
I might do it for like 3 months or something,
Like
like short term. You are. Detox on those things, I couldn't do it long.
Well, and it's president.
Yes.
This is Tim.
Hi, Jen, nice to meet you. I'm
Hi.
Covenant.
Well, nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
I'll let you know when you're with it.
Okay, right, just, or should we'll just go through the agenda and I'll go through it.
No, I'm gonna have you go first, because the attendance is actually happening as we speak.
Oh, okay. So go right ahead.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, I'm Covenant Livey. I'm with the Indiana Economic Development Corporation. Our slogan is Indiana for the Gold, but I don't know on my business card, it looks like that's the name of my organization. So I'm with the Indiana Economic Development Corporation. I work across Southern Indiana, but I live here. My husband and I moved here 3 years ago and bought a house over on Hillside. So we live over there. I love the area and have been interested in getting involved. So I joined the Planning Commission and have been applying for a few small grants here and there for just different community projects. And so recently I learned I received a small grant through the Lilly Scholars Network. I'm a former Lilly Scholar. It's called the Lead Forward Community Grant for $2,500. So it's not a lot of money, but it's a lot if you're using it for something small, which I am, which is to plant street trees. So my goal was 2 things. Where I live along Hillside Avenue, there are not very many street trees for like the first half of it before you get to Main Street. And I don't know why that is. I guess they probably widened the road at one point. There's also buried utilities. and
Recording in
They probably
progress.
had bigger trees at one point that fell down, and the town hasn't gotten around to replacing those just yet. But anyway,
The little leprechaun house on the stump up there
yes.
is really cute.
Oh, yeah,
I
yes,
don't know whose project that was, but
yeah.
it's not.
That one is really cute. I have seen that, yeah. So I live further down, closer toward the Bean Mansion
Yeah.
on the hill. I'm over there on that end. But so anyway, my first weekend actually living in our new house, we were having a housewarming party, some friends over, and somebody was speeding. I guess they probably blew the stop sign, crashed into the line of 3 cars that were parallel parked in front of my house, and totaled 2 of them. So that was kind of my introduction to living on Hillside, where people routinely exceed the 25-mile-per-hour speed limit and go 60.
It's the shortcut.
It is. People definitely treat it like a bypass to 46. So, and I have a 1-year-old daughter, so it makes me nervous people driving so fast. So I've been doing some research, and I've learned that street trees, for whatever reason, psychologically cause drivers to slow down. It's like a subconscious signal when there's impediments on the side of the road and you perceive like a physical obstruction, the drivers will slow their speed. So I learned about that.
That remind the cars.
Yes, it reminds cars that I could crash into something. So parallel parking on the road does the same thing if they see you, which at nighttime is hard to do. So I mean, in lieu of actually narrowing the road to cause drivers to slow down, because just posting a lower speed limit doesn't do anything if the road is over-engineered. So street trees are one thing we can do. They also improve the pedestrian experience by providing shade. They lower utility costs in the summertime. They beautify the sidewalks and the pedestrian experience. So for a couple of reasons, that's why I did this. Excited to say I got the grant. So now all that's left to do is actually decide which trees to plant. So I'm working with John Stantz at the street department, and I'll have to go to the town council to get approval of the actual species, because there's only 3 species that are pre-approved, and one of them is an oak, and the other 2 I can't remember, but everything that I'm looking at is not on the list. So I really want to do native trees. So the top 3 that I'm considering are the Kentucky coffee tree, which is technically a medium-sized tree, but it can get up to 50 or 70 feet at maturity. It might require a wider tree strip than we have to grow well. So we'll see on that one. I need to do a little more research. The other 2 options are American hornbeam and black tupelo. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Tupelo? Tupelo, okay. And those 2, from what I've seen online, can do okay with a 4 to 5 foot deep tree strip. So again, need to kind of do some more research and confirm soil condition, acidity, all of that, because I hate to spend all this money and then they don't live. So, but those are the top 3 that I'm looking at. Again, working with John at the street department, and we'll have to go to the town council for approval. That's where we are. And then when it comes time to actually plant these in the fall, I'll need volunteers. So if anybody's interested, I know the street department has already volunteered to help because there's utilities we'll have to get around, and that we don't know about those. But if we need volunteers, I'll certainly reach out, and if anybody's interested, we can help out.
So what size trees you plant?
That's a good question. I think it depends what the plant nurseries have. It depends too. I'm not sure if John with the street department will have like preferences to say, for example, it needs to be so big, otherwise it'll require too much
Excavation.